Welcome back to Horror Movies.
Today, I will be showing you a horror/thriller film from 2006 titled Turistas. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The movie opens with a girl with green eyes begging for her life as someone takes her blood and organs. Her eyes change color as we see a man leaning closer to her in the reflection of her eyes. A bus drives on the road at high speed. Most of the passengers feel comfortable, but one feels uneasy with how the driver is going. Alex freaks out and yells at the driver to slow down. Another girl named Bea calms him down. A motorcycle rides in front of them. The bus tries to pass it, but the driver panics when he turns around because there are a lot of teenagers on the road. The bus turns and almost falls on the edge. That gives people time to get off the bus. As soon as everyone gets out, the bus rolls down over the land. Alex makes a comment regretting they should have taken the plane, but Bea urges him to stop talking. A man named Finn talks to Alex about bringing two lovely girls to Brazil. Alex informs him Bea is her sister. Finn is quite happy to hear that. The tourists then exchange greetings. Finn is with his friend Liam, and Amy is together with the siblings. Alex approaches the bus driver shouting at him for being a worse driver. He met Prue, another passenger on the bus. He offered his hand to shake, and Prue greeted him with a cheek kiss. Alex does not seem to understand the greeting. Prue tells him he is supposed to kiss back, and Alex does so. But Prue informs him he is supposed to kiss the air, not her, as she wipes off her cheeks. They then start to greet again. Prue tells him they have to wait 10 hours for a bus to arrive and another 18 to Recife. Finn overhears this and realizes they got on the wrong bus. As they wait around for the bus, Bea takes a picture of a girl. The father of the child notices this and gets mad at Bea. Prue approaches them and informs Bea that they are not supposed to take pictures of kids without permission. She also adds that tabloids have been writing stories about foreigners coming here to steal kids and sell their organs, hence their hostility to tourists. Liam notices two girls carrying a coconut drink and asks where they got it. Prue translates for him, and one of the girls informs them there is a close bar on the beach. They decide to go there and come back later for the bus. On the way, Alex and Prue made a conversation. Alex informs her Bea has always wanted to go to Brazil, but their mother won't let her go alone, so he has to come along and protect her. Alex learns Prue is from Australia and asks if she got a boyfriend in Australia. The ladies laugh at Alex for asking the question. Finn seems to complain a lot but then changes expression when he sees the beach. The group then excitedly runs to the sand. Prue then shows them a trick where she wears a top bikini without removing her dress first. They are now in their swimsuit except for Amy, who left her bikini and wore a shirt. They all went for a swim. They all then went to the bar to get a drink. They met Sven and Annika, who are from Sweden. They arrived 3 days ago and could not find a reason to leave it. The place is too fantastic and cheap. The group also stays and does not go back to the bus. Camilla, the owner of the bar, calls a man named Zamora. She informs him about the foreigners and tells him they are all his. The group plays football with other kids. Prue takes a rest on the corner. Kiko approaches her and tells her he studies English and wants to practice speaking with her. He also meets with Alex. Alex introduces Kiko to Bea and Amy. Zamora enters a room with a man and a woman. He tells them he has another job for them. The couple claims they do not want to do it anymore, but Zamora forces them. At night they have a party where all the group has their partner to dance. Sven and Annika are asleep on the table. Finn tries to wake them up, but he gets no response. Alex notices a strange man in the corner staring at them. Then each of them starts to get dizzy. In the morning, the group is the only one on the beach. Alex informs Bea that they have been robbed. They took everything. Bea scans for her ring and earrings, which are now gone. Alex tells her that is not the problem. For now, they have no money and no way out of the place. Sven and Annika are tied to a big stick and are being transported. The men take a quick break and leave the bodies on the ground. Both of them wake up and unties themselves. One of the men notices this. Annika escapes and leaves Sven behind. The man slices Sven's fingers and continues slashing him. While another man chases Annika, she falls off a cliff and smashes her head open. The group is now walking on a road barefoot, and with wet clothes, they find people to ask questions on where to locate the police. Prue seems to be now confused because every time she asks a person, her direction is different. Alex finds Sven's motorcycle parked inside a property. Prue and Alex confront the owner of the house. Meanwhile, Amy spots a kid wearing Alex's hat. The kid runs away as Liam chases him. He loses him for a moment until the kid throws him a rock and begins running again. Liam chases him, grabs a rock, and throws it to his head. He did not mean to throw it hard. Now, the boy's head bleeds. Many villagers have surrounded them. A woman slaps Liam on his face with her hand full of blood. Kiko arrives and separates the crowd. Bea informs Kiko they have been robbed. But Kiko tells them he already knows and also everybody there knows about it. Prue tells Kiko they should go to the police. Kiko says there are no police there. Kiko left his house with a big dagger. Kiko explains the father of the kid who they have heard is now looking for them. They are going to his uncle since they are safe there. They go through a jungle. Zamora is now with the men who took Sven and Annika, and they inform him the tourists are now with Kiko and will arrive tonight. One of the men is distracted with the phone looking at pictures of Amy and Bea. Zamora keeps asking him what he is doing, and the man answers he is doing nothing. Zamora buys a snack with a stick from a kid. He then advises the kid on an important lesson and starts stabbing one of his men's eyes. Kiko shows them a beautiful place, where there is a not-so-high waterfall. He dives and leads the group into a cave. The group is having trouble following him, but Kiko insists they should go further. Kiko shows them his secret place where the group finds amusing. Kiko admits to Bea that he had never made friends with gringos before. Kiko starts to feel guilty. He then tells her they should go back to town, and he can talk to the people and maybe offer them a ride. But the group insists they should go to his uncle's house then go back hiking into the town. They go back to the surface and dive into the water. Finn wants Kiko to show him how he dived. Kiko dives on the water, and as he swims back for air, he bleeds. They decide to take him to the house. Kiko mentioned to them before that the house was on the river. They find a house in the middle of the jungle, and they realize Kiko's wound is too deep, and the group scatters to look for something to close it. Prue finds medication drugs and suspects the place is a hostel for drug addicts. Finn finds a stapler to close the wound. Kiko cannot take the pain. He leaves and lies down in a bed. Meanwhile, Amy discovers food in a can in the kitchen, and she then feeds it to the dogs inside their cages. Fortunately, they find a way to turn on the electricity. Alex opens a drawer containing the passports of different people. He finds a pocket knife and takes it. At night, they had dinner and then went to bed. Alex stays up and looks at the video surveillance. Suddenly, the dogs bark as they hear a helicopter landing near the house. Kiko wakes up and informs them it is his uncle. He confronts his uncle, Zamora, while a few people get inside the house carrying bags. A woman quietly tells them to run and informs them that Zamora has plans for them. Zamora's men get the rest of the group out of their beds and gather them in the living room. Kiko gets his things and leaves. One of the men grabs Prue's hair. Alex approaches the man, but another man hits him from behind. The rest of the group is trapped inside the dog cages. Amy wakes up naked, a woman injecting something on her making her feel lightheaded. Zamora approaches her and starts to slice her skin open as Finn watches them but cannot help because he is tied. Alex gets his knife from his pocket and lends it to Bea, and free themselves from the rope tied in their hands. Meanwhile, Zamora has taken out Amy's organs and tells Finn he will take all their organs to the hospital in Rio. He takes out another thing inside from Amy and discovers a fetus. Zamora orders one of his men to take another person from the group into the house. The man tried to take Prue but was ganged up by her and Alex, who was still in their respective cages. The man gets up and points his gun at Prue. Suddenly from behind him, Kiko appears and stabs him with his dagger. Kiko helps them get out of their cages, but the key breaks when Liam's cage turns. Alex tells Prue and Bea to meet them at the waterfall. Finn begs the nurse to let him go, and the nurse kisses him on the lips and injects him. Alex and Kiko dig below the cage and set Liam free. Liam claims he is not going anywhere without Finn. Alex takes the gun from the man Kiko stabbed. Liam enters the room and points the gun at the nurse. At the same time as this, Zamora discovers his men dead inside the cage. Also in the jungle, one of his men notices Bea and Prue running, so he chases them. Both the woman is separated. Zamora and his guy went back inside the house. His guy sees in the video surveillance that the group is escaping Finn out of the room. Liam and the guy exchange shots and then escape. Bea hides under a rock. When Zamora's guy searches for her, ants crawl at Bea's hand. Alex and the others are below the house. When the guy walks above them, Kiko stabs his foot with a sickle. The guy screams. The guy near Bea hears this and runs back to the house. The group hurries to escape, but the guy is able to shoot Finn in the head. Liam rages and tries to shoot the guy but misses. The guy then shoots Liam in the leg and knocks him with his rifle. Zamora shows up, and both of them grab Liam's leg inside while Alex and Kiko escape. In the morning, Bea washes up in the river suddenly, and she hears a noise. She smacks a big rock at the person's foot only to discover it is Alex. Both of them hug each other out of joy but then cry when she discovers Amy is dead. Kiko urges them to hide inside the cave as they see another man walking in the jungle. They are surprised to find out Prue inside, and she has been inside the cave most of the night hiding. As soon as they arrive at Kiko's secret place, Alex grabs him below the water. He lets out his anger at him. Suddenly Zamora shows up, shoots Alex's hand in Kiko's chest. The group dived below and left Kiko, who is now dead. Another guy of Zamora is now swimming at the cave entrance, holding an arrow and a flashlight. Alex notices him and swims in the opposite direction. Bea gets separated from Alex and Prue as the guy gets near him. Bea inhales air bubbles and continues swimming. The guy approaches Bea as she takes some air. She bit his fingers and took his arrow, and stabbed it to his neck. The guy drowns as he bleeds to death. Bea is now reunited with his brother together with Prue. The group gets out of the water and continues walking inside the cave. Zamora, with his guy, is also inside the cave, looking for them in the dark. Alex pushes him down and hits him with a big rock on his head. Suddenly, the guy with a rifle appears and corners the three of them. Zamora orders him to shoot them. Then, Prue begs that they did nothing wrong. He does not have to be like his boss. The guy gets insulted by Zamora and then shoots him in the head. The guy takes a last look at them before leaving. The three of them stumbles upon two kids in the river. The kids notice them and brought their father. The family then takes care of them, helping them with their wounds. As the group is about to take a plane, a woman behind Alex complains to his boyfriend that they should take a bus to experience things. Alex turns to them and suggests they should take a plane. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.